Hello everybody, in this video we're going to see how to slice strings in Python. Myself Central P. What is string slicing and what it is used for? String slicing is used to cut or extract a certain pattern in a string. Pattern in the sense it is not a complex pattern, just a stepwise jumping kind of pattern. For a complex pattern and all, we will be using the regular expression, but this is to extract. This is extract a substring from a string in a certain ways. Let us see how that can be done. So syntax of this one is you have to give a string name and you have to give a square bracket. In the square bracket there are three compartments: start, end and step, which is separated by colon, and step is optional, so you can have two also. So start, end, step are integer values. Start and end values represent indices. Step value cannot be 0. And let us see with an example so you will have more clarity in this one. So I have written one program which is having possibility of string slicing in every way. So if you see this one, this is the code I have written. So I have just stored a string hello world in A, and I am just covering almost various ways of slicing. How can we slice this string hello world which is stored in A in various ways? So as you see, there are colons, and you will see various types of slicing. Let me just explain one by one. So I'll just compile it, and this is our executed code. So in executed code, I'm just printing this what we are doing here, and then what is the output, what we are printing, and what's the output. So let me just have this one where this is what is used, this string is used. So this string is hello world, it is stored in A. So if you see this one, the starting index is 0, the last index is 10, and negative indexing is the last one is -1, and H's index is -11. So the length of the string is 11. So normal indexing goes from 0 to len -1, and negative indexing goes from minus length of the string to -1. So you can just remember, a normal indexing starts with 0 and negative indexing always ends with -1. This remembrance is needed. So let us just go and see how this logic of slicing happens. So first of all, if you see here, as I told you, first one is start, then colon, then the end index, then colon, then step value. So step values can be negative or it can be positive, like this. So if you do not give anything, say for example, in this example, I did not give start, I did not give end, I did not give step. So in this category, if the step is not given, first of all, we look into step only. If a step is not given, the default value for step is +1. So +1 means, say for example, if it is starting to print H, then it will take only one step further. It will print E, then it will print L, then +1 step, then +1 step, +1. So if we take +2 means if I put H, after printing H, it will make 2 steps, 1, 2, then it will print L, then 1, 2, it will print O, then 1, 2, it will print W, then it will print R by taking 1, 2, then it will print D. Likewise it will go, right? So step is jumping, that's what you can remember. +1 means normal, so index by index, the consecutive indexes will be printed. So as you see here, this is 0 and there is empty. So start is empty, end is empty, and the step is also not there. So there is no step, +1 is the default step value. So when you have a positive step value, okay, when you have a positive step value, and if you do not have start index, then the default start index is 0. Okay, so that is why the default start index will be 0 in this case. And if the step value is positive, and if you do not have end index, the last one, it will go up to this last. The printing will happen up to the last. That means index value will be 11 or something like that, right? So the meaning why I'm saying is, if you explicitly give index, say for example I given 8 here, that means you will not include 8, it just prints penultimate. Okay, so here in this case, if it did not give, it will print up to the last one. Okay, and start index is 0. So this is for the positive steps. So step is positive means this will happen this way. So hello world is printed. So in this case, I have just given only one colon. The step itself is missing. So as I told you, step by default is +1, and if you have a missing of start and end index, then default start is 0, default end is till the last index value will be printed. So hello world is printed here too. In the third example, we are giving a 0. That's a index, but there is missing. So as I told you, step is +1, so it prints up to the last. Okay, but if it gives something, say for example in this case, this is missing, default is 0, so it will start printing from 0 H, but you see 8. What is the 8th index value? It is R. 8th index value is R, but it will not reach 8. It will print up to 7th index. That is why you see it prints up to O. So hello space WO, that's what is printed. But if this is missing, it will print all the way up to the last value, that is D is also included. Okay, so that's the difference you have to remember. If I give 14, say start is 0, because +1 step, start is 0, but you see the end index is 14, which is invalid, which is beyond the thing. So in the case of invalid, Python will take care of this ending automatically. It will print up to the last index value. This is D is printed. Okay, so here the starting is also given, the ending is also given, but the step is not given. That you ought to understand. The step is not given. But in this case, you see +1. So +1 is there, right? So +1 is there. So when you apply +1 to the start index, see start index is -15, that is invalid, and the end index is 14, that's also invalid. Okay, but step is 1 +1. So you apply, the logic goes like this. You have to apply the step value on the start index repeatedly, and then you have to just find out whether it will go towards the end index. Then only it will return a string. Okay, so in this case -15 is the value. If I apply +1, it will go to -14, then 13, then 12, -12, -11, -10. It will all the way come to 14, right? So the possibility is present. So this is the way always you have to remember. You have to apply the step value on the start index, and you have to find whether it will come to end index or not. So for example, if here it is 0 and the end index is last one. So if I apply the step value +1 to 0, 0 + 1, then 1 + 1, 2, 2 + 1, 3. So it will come all the way up to the last index, which is 11 maybe, right? So here also it is 0. Step is +1, 0 + 1, 1, 1 + 1, 2, will come to 8. That means it's valid. Otherwise, it will not return a string, it's empty. It will return empty in that case. So now here, so -15 to 14, there is a possibility of movements, because -15, if I add +1 to that, it will become -14. It goes on getting increased, and it can come to 14. So its possibility is there. Then it is taken care by Python, because you are given a wrong indices value, so it takes from 0 to the full thing it is printed, because it is coming in that range. -14 is somewhere on the left side, -15 is somewhere on the left side, and the 14 is somewhere on the right side. So hello world is possible printed. So in this case 4 to 9. So here 4 to 9, default is +1. So I apply +1 in 4. 4 + 1 is 5, 5 + 1 is 6, 6 + 1 is 7, 7 + 1 is 8, 8 + 1 is 9. So it can come. 4 to 9 is possible if I apply +1. So here starting index is 4. What is the index value? O. What is the end index value? 9. So you see 9 is L. So it will not reach 9. It will just go just on before this ninth index. That means in this direction I'm starting from 4, I'm going towards this one. So the penultimate to this one is R, so it will print O space WOR. That's what is printed. 5 2. Now you have to see this carefully. Start index is 5, it's here, and end index is 2, and it's not printing anything. That means it is empty string, it is getting printed. Why it is so? Because step value is 1, so I apply step value in the start index. 5 plus 1 6. Then if I apply further, it will go towards the increasing way, right? 5 to 6, 6 to 7. So by doing this one, it will never reach the end index, which is 2. The end index is given as 2. So if I apply the default plus 1 here, it will never reach 2. That means it will return the empty string. So first, that's the main thing you have to see. So 6 2 minus 2. What happens here? First is 6. Where is 6? 6 is W, right? 6 is this W. Where is minus 2? Minus 2 is valid. Yeah, minus 2 is here. 6 2 minus 2. But if I apply 6 plus 1, 6 plus 1 7, 7 plus 1 8. In that case, if you see this one, this logic might not look correctly. But what you have to do before doing this one is, you have to make both in a uniform indexes values. So either you have to follow normal indexing or you follow negative indexing. So in this case, 6 is from normal indexing, minus 2 is from negative indexing here. So you convert negative index to normal index or normal index to negative index. It's either possible way. So for example, if I convert negative to normal, minus 2 will be equivalent to 9. So it is actually 6 to 9. So 6 plus 1 7, step is 1. 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9 possible. So we are doing 6 to 9 is W is printed, O is printed, then R is printed. Okay, so W O R is printed this way. Or you can convert 6 to negative. What is 6? 6 is here, it is minus 5. So it is minus 5 minus 2. So minus 5 plus 1 is minus 4. Then minus 4 plus 1 is minus 3. So it is all again coming to minus 2. So you have to make the indices uniform. Then apply the step. The step is making the start index come towards the end index. That means it's a valid thing. Otherwise, it will return empty. So in this case, 3 3. So both are same. Or obviously it will be a null string or empty string only, because the second index will not be touched. Okay, second indexes will not be touched because it goes one before the second index, so it's null. So here empty 2. Okay, so step is 2, you see. So first empty, second empty, and the step is positive. So step is positive means start index is 0, end index is all the way up to D. That means the end index is more than 10. Okay, that's what I can say. More than 10 means it will come all the way to D. So first here you see the step is 2. So first it print H is printed, then 1 2 L is printed, then 1 2 O is printed here, then 1 2 W is printed, then 1 2 R is printed. Okay, then 1 2 D is also printed, right? So it is including. If it is empty, this is included, right? So this is the string, it will return. Okay, it will return, but the A will not be changed. A will be still hello world, but it returns. Okay, you can store it in somewhere else, you can use it for some other purpose. Now 3 to 12. So first of all, you have to find out whether it is valid or not. So 3 plus 3, it is 6. So it is coming towards 12. That is fine. It should come towards the end index. Okay, it need not touch end index. In the case of different steps other than plus 1 and all, it may cross. Okay, so here the meaning is it should not need not touch, it may cross also, but it should come to that through that direction. So for example, if the 3 is here, 3 plus 3 6, 6 plus 3 9, and 9 plus 3 12, like this, it is coming towards 12. That is fine. It should come towards, it need not touch 12. So here it is coming towards, so it's valid. So we are starting is 3, which is the starting index 3 L. So L is printed. Start index will be printed. Okay, always. So now here 3 plus 3. So here 1 2 3. 3 plus 3 actually 6, or I can go to 1 2 3. 3 steps. W is printed. Okay. Then what happens? 1 2 3. L is printed. Right? L is printed. Because I have just given a 12. 12 is out of the bounds. That's fine. Okay. So here colon colon minus 1. So if you do this colon colon minus 1, so what will happen? So it's a reverse. So here there's a new thing starts from here. So what is this one is? So here the step is negative. You have to understand the step is negative. If the step is negative, start index is okay. The step is negative. The start index is default start index is the last one, that is minus 1, and the default end index is 0. Okay, index 0. So it is, if the step is negative and if you have a missing start index, imagine that start index will be minus 1 in this case when the step is negative. So it all depends on step, and the step is negative, and if you are missing the end index value, you have to imagine that default end index in case of negative step is 0. So that is what is here. So now we got start index is 10, end index is 0. So if you apply minus 1, so 10 minus 1, 9, 9 to 8, it will come all the way to 0. So it's coming towards that direction. So you see it is printed the reverse one, DLROW space everything. So it printed the reverse thing, right? Okay. So here the next one is 10, 0, minus 1. So we have a start, end, and then a step also. So apply the step on the start. Start is 10, 10 minus 1, 9, 9 to 8, so it is coming towards 0. 9 to 8, 8 to 7, it's coming towards 0, so it's valid. So where is this 10 index? Index is here, which is D. Okay, and it is 0, right? Is 0. Okay, 0. So you see, so it is started to print from D, L, R, O, W. It is coming here in this direction. But what is the end index? 0. So as I told you, it will print just 1 before the end index. It's not a minus 1 because it is coming from right to left. That means it will stop at 1. You should not say 0 minus 1. So it's not 0 minus 1. So in this case, if I'm printing something in the here, if the end is 8, say for example this end is 8, it prints up to 7. So it does not mean that you are doing 8 minus 1. Okay, because it is coming in this direction, the last index is 8, so it just print 1 before. Now it is coming from right to left direction, the last index is 0, so it just stops at 1. So that is why you see H is missing, right? So in this case, minus 1, minus 13, minus 1. So if I apply minus 1 on this minus 1, it is minus 2, minus 2 to minus 3, minus 3 to minus 4. So minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. So it comes towards minus 13, that's valid. So we can just apply the printing. Where is minus 1? This is a minus 1. So we are coming all the way to minus 13. Minus 13 is beyond this. So that means it will print up to H. Hello world is printed. It's a bound. It's like out of bounds actually. The end is. Okay, here end is for start is missing. End is 6 and minus 1 is the step. You see the step. What's the step index value? Not index. What's the steps sign? Step sign is negative. Step sign is negative, and the start index is not present. So that means default start index is minus 1. So it is minus 1 to 6. Okay. So or you can say this 10 to 6. So 10 to 6. Apply 10 with this step. So that means 10 minus 1 is 9, 9 minus 1 is 8, it is coming towards 6, that is valid. So I start from 10, D, L, R, O, and 6 is W, so it will not be printed. So it will print up to O, D, L, R, O is printed. Okay. So 4, empty, minus 1. Step, you see the step sign is minus. So what is the default end value? Default end value is next to this. Okay. Including this H. So if it is not present, so in this case 0 is given explicitly. If it's explicitly given, it will go up to this one only because the negative index, it is coming from right to left. But here I did not give anything. That means it will include this also, right? So 4, which is 4, O. So 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 will also be printed, right? So you have to just remember that also. Then you see minus 9, 8, minus 1. So see this one, minus 1. That's a negative index and a step 1. Okay. So in this case, if you doing this minus 1, minus 9, what is the start index is minus 9. Minus 9 is here. Minus 9 is here. And 8 is here somewhere. Okay. So I can make it uniform. So minus 9 to 2. So it is 2 to 8. So 2 to 8 with negative indexing. So if I apply minus 1 on 2, okay, 2 will become 1. 1 becomes 0. So it will never reach 2. It will never reach 8. Okay. Because minus 9's equivalent is 2 index. Okay. So it is 2 colon 8 colon minus 1. I apply minus 1 on 2. So 2 will become 1. So that means it is going away from 8, not towards 8. So it's empty string. It's printed, right? So now here the next one, if you see. So here 1 10 minus 1. So obviously it is a 1 and 10 is here. Both are positive. If I apply minus 1, it will not bring out any thing to me, because it will never go towards 10. 1 minus 1 is 0. 0 minus 1 is minus 1. It will now reach 10. So it is empty string. Okay. So if you want to see the step, okay, if you want to see the step in this code, I'll just write one more code here. So if you see this one, 4 empty minus 2, step is minus 2. So sign is negative, okay, and the end is missing. So that means it's coming all the way up to this H. Okay, that's what's going to happen. So now you were starting with what? 4. Where is 4? Here. And step is 2. So first it printed O, then 1 2 it printed L, then 1 2 it prints H. Okay, so it's coming up to this one. So if I give 3, okay, if I give 3, it will not print H because it is jumping beyond, right? So if I give a 3 here, so it prints O because it is starting from 4, and step is 3, so it is 1 2 3, so it prints E. After that it is crossing it, so it's not printing anything. So just have to remember this, right? So if you're printing in this way, just imagine that it will never touch it. Say for example, if I start print from 9 to 1 with the step values, let us see what happens. 9 to 1, so 9, and we're going 1, and with the step of 2, let us see. So it is 9 1 step of 2. Okay, so right to left direction, that's what is happening. So here see 9 to 1, first it valid or not we have to see. Minus negative I will apply, so it is in decreasing order, that is fine, because it will come towards 1, that's fine. So start from 9, so 9 L is printed, right? So step 2 steps you have to take. Okay, 2 steps. So what is happening? 1 2, O is printed. Okay, O is printed. Then 1 2 space is printed. Okay, then 1 2 L is printed. Okay, now you see this one 1 2 it is 1, it's coming to this one, it will not print this one. It is will always end before these end index if it is specifically mentioned. So 9 1 minus 2, 9 is here, L is printed, then 1 2 O is printed, then 1 2 space is printed, then 1 2 L is printed, which is 3. Now if I apply 1 2, it reaches 1. This is the end index mentioned. So if it is explicitly mentioned, you should not touch it, you should just end previously. Okay, so that's what has happened. Okay, so I hope you get some knowledge about this slicing mechanism in strings. Thank you for listening.